of the USTA Florida Open wheelchair tennis competition in Boca, and wheelchair tennis can be played in just like any regular tennis court, with no modification to the racket or the ball. The only rule difference is that the player gets 2 bounces of the ball before it has to be hit instead of 1. Chair users need to learn to grip the racket differently than able-bodied players because they need to hold the racket and push the chair at the same time. Many beginners want to keep the racket in their lap while they push, but that results in not being ready to return the ball to their opponent. In the last section, there was a man in the orange shirt, and he was using a basketball chair rather than a tennis chair, and the chairs can get very expensive because they're customized, so this is quite common. The racket is held in the dominant hand, and he's using his forefingers, and he leaves the thumb free. And this leaves the pad of the hand free, which gives the player a contact point with the wheel to push the rim. But the free hand does the majority of the work on the court because it is pushing and turning the chair constantly to get in the best position to return the ball. In tennis, the head is always the first body part to move, and it's moving in the direction that they want the chair to move. Sports chairs typically have only one front wheel, similar to a rollerblade, and there's also an anti-tip wheel in the rear that is sometimes used to help power a serve. Some newer models now have 2 front wheels or anti-tip wheels, and the larger wheels of the chair are able to help move the chair faster. The different divisions in wheelchair tennis include Open, which has excellent chair mobility, A group, which play the game very well and are able to control the chair with power, the B group, which begins to master the power of the spins and the motion of the chair. The C category has improved their stroke and control their stroke, but are still learning, and the D are learning to judge where the ball is going and have to constantly stop throughout the sets. Common medical conditions with wheelchair tennis are autonomic dyslexia, which is common with people with spinal cord injuries at T6 or higher, and it can cause dangerously high blood pressure and cause painful stimulation. Osteoporosis, from sitting for so long and not bearing weight on the limbs, can put them at a higher risk for fractures. Muscle spasticity and blisters and cuts on their hands are constantly needing to move their wheels and hold the tennis racket during play, and shoulder injuries such as torn rotator cuff are common, as well as tennis elbow in the sport of wheelchair tennis. I was able to learn a lot about tennis in general, and I'm glad I had this opportunity to observe this competition.